Hello, my name is Greg Davis Jr. I am the Vice President of Davis Broadcasting of Atlanta, Georgia. Davis Broadcasting, as you may or may not know, is a radio station group. And my name is Greg Davis. Last name is because my father started the company 35 years ago this year. So this year we celebrate 35 years in business. So we're excited about that. But we have radio stations in Columbus, Georgia, and here in Atlanta, Georgia as well. So my sister, she's a graduate of Spelman College and received her law degree at UGA Law School. She runs our Columbus office, and I, who attended Morehouse College and received my master's of business administration from the University of Georgia as well. I run the Atlanta office. So, my educational background, as you can tell, I decided to go to a historically black college university. My father, he went to Lane College, and both my sisters and myself, we all decided that that was something that we felt necessary as we, went on to further education. That we wanted that experience as well. So one sister went to Spelman. My other sister went to Florida A&M University, Rattlers, and then I went to Morehouse College here in Atlanta. Um, I believe that my educational experience, that was the best decision for me. I always recommend people to consider HBCUs because of the not only the education that you receive, but the experience and the sense of culture that you become familiar with while you're at school. So I feel like I've made the best decision by attending Morehouse. And if you have any questions about that, come see me because I love the school. And then I decided for a postgraduate program was to go to University of Georgia. Our company is based here in Georgia, and it's like the Harvard of the South for some people. So I figured, why not? So that was my educational background. As vice president of the company, I manage all of our Atlanta stations, but we I do have a general manager who works with two of our stations. We have two Hispanic formatted radio stations, La Raza, 102.3 and 107.1, and we have La Mega 96.5. Uh, I also manage our Smooth Jazz station, Smooth Jazz 101.1 and 100.1. Um, my daily responsibilities, they include, yes, overseeing staff and the operations, but also sales. So the bloodline of radio broadcasting is sales. We would not exist if we were not able to foster relationship with clients and ensure that we convey to them that we're the best radio station for them to advertise on. So those are my responsibilities here at the office. Um, a key moment of exposure that led to my current path. For a long time, growing up, knowing that my mother worked in the business as well, but knowing that we had the family-owned business, I strayed away a little bit. I did not want the responsibility of people telling me exactly what I was going to do when I grew up. I wanted to say I want to do whatever I want to do. But as I grew up, I interned with CNN. I have interned with American Express. I worked with Sony Electronics immediately after I graduated. But I tell you this, the one thing that I became more appreciative of as I grew older was the idea of the hard work that my parents put into creating this business and also creating a legacy for us to continue. So, you know, although I did not understand when I was younger, as I got older, uh, I began to realize the knowledge that I had about the industry growing up in it. It's one thing to to read about something. There's another thing to experience it, and I experienced radio broadcasting from the age of 4 years old, you could say, right? I mean, I've worked in every part of the business. I tell people that uh, I've also cleaned the building. So when I was too young to receive a paycheck, my parents had me cleaning the building after school. So I was cleaning the toilets, and now I'm managing the office. So there's a value in starting from the bottom. Um, a key as far as roadblocks that presented themselves through my journey. Um, I remember when I graduated from Morehouse College and um, I was interning with American Express. This was my first internship. It was in New York City. I was super excited, but I was also nervous because I wasn't sure how I would be able to compete with individuals who went to PWIs, and that's predominantly white institutions. I remember going to American Express, and they introduced me to my manager for my program. And they said that your manager, unfortunately, resigned the day before I started. So therefore, I had someone who had never managed people before, um, and it was different. I'll tell you that it was different. And to be honest with you, to keep the story short, I worked all summer. I worked really, really hard. She never really provided me the feedback that I needed in order to succeed. I remember presenting. It was a marketing internship. I presented our final proposal at the end of the internship. It was for a co-branded American Express and Starbucks card. This was back in 2007. 2007. Um, and I was heartbroken because after you do an internship, then after that, you're expected to receive an offer for full time employment. And the days that when people receive their offers, unfortunately, I did not receive an offer. I was very disappointed. But what I learned at that very moment was what's for you is for you. Um, and oftentimes, even opportunities that present themselves, we want to be offered them. Even if it's not something you want to take, you want the offer. And if you don't get the offer, you question whether or not you have the ability to compete with other people. Um, and at that very moment, I was questioning my ability to compete with people from PWIs. Um, I knew I was talented, but unfortunately, for some reason, it was not. I did not get the offer. So, long story short is, let's fast forward. A, the job wasn't the best job for me. B, what I proposed, they actually went forward with it. Maybe about a year later. So it's always just interesting, when you go through certain challenges and roadblocks in your life, don't look at them as a roadblock. Or let me rephrase, a roadblock can block a road, but maybe that road was not meant for you to go down. Um, this was also a time I failed. So, I mean, this was a great time that I failed in my career, but I didn't really see it as a failure. I saw it as an eye opening experience that led me to where I am today. And I'll be honest with you. I remember I was looking for a job after graduation, and what I did was I went to a career fair at Clark Atlanta University. I applied for a position at Sony Electronics for a program when they were looking for students who had completed a master's program. And I had not had a master's at that point. I only had a bachelor's. I not only received that role, but I had an opportunity to travel across the U.S. I worked in New Jersey, San Diego, and Dallas in that role, and had one of the best experiences of my life. And then from there, I came back and started working with the family business. Outside of work, it's very important for me to involve myself with things that I'm passionate about. And what I'm passionate about are helping other young black males like myself. I've been a part of the Emerging 100 since 2011. I'm currently the treasurer, and I am extremely proud to have been in this organization for so many years. And my goal is just for individuals who look like myself who may not have the opportunities to ensure that they do have the opportunities. Um, the advice that I would give to someone going down a similar path um, would be when you decide what it is that you enjoy doing, when you decide what your passion is, find someone else that's done that same role, um, and find out what it took for them to get to where they are today. It's important that uh, we're not confused that hard work is going to be the foundation of any of our success. It will not come overnight. Unfortunately, we have not. It will not come overnight. Unfortunately, we have not won the lottery, and we have to work for everything that we get, and it won't always be easy. But it's important that you understand what a no is. In sales, you know, the only people who do well in sales are the people who are not afraid to hear no. If you're afraid to hear no, then this is not the job for you, right? Um, no for me drives me to want to do better. It drives me to say, okay, cool. If you said no to me, that means I didn't give you enough reasons to say yes. So never be scared of the no. Let that no encourage you. Let that no drive you to be better than what you were today. That's one of my mottos is that I try to strive to be better than I was yesterday. Um, so, as you can tell, work never ends. But thank you. And Davis Broadcasting, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me.